Hi everybody, I'm Jack, and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. I'm up here in the cabin. I had some guests get in this morning, and they had an overnight flight, so wanted to get dog out of their hair a little bit so she wouldn't be barking until she gets used to them. So I decided to come up and hang out in the cabin a little bit. Haven't been up here in a couple of weeks. Well, not to hang out anyway. And it's really nice. I need to move around this property more, spend more time in different areas. I've been really geeked out for the past month. I've been working on learning some apps, and I've been doing some analytics stuff, and it's just like the 7th level of geek hell. But actually, I kind of enjoy that stuff. I love analytics. But anyhow, this is a little idea I've been developing over the past week. I told you guys sometimes I'll write down a title or I'll write down an idea. Sometimes I'll spit a video right away. It just kind of comes to me. And some I just have to let the idea percolate a little bit. And this one is kind of starting to develop a little bit, and it may develop beyond just doing a video. In fact, I'm thinking there is a good chance that this one's going to develop beyond just doing this video. I'm starting to sketch out a little bit, and I've told you guys this before. I think this one could be the one. I start with an idea for an ebook, and then I'm kind of like, I make some notes, kind of sketch out an outline, and then I'm like, with a couple, I've been like, okay, that goes to the back burner. With another couple, I've been kind of like, okay, I'm not sure. It just doesn't have the interest that I thought it would have. But this one may take. And it's still kind of an idea in development. But I wanted to go ahead and do a video now because I think the principle can be used. And we just are getting into October, so there's 3 months left in the year. Now, as I have this right now, I've kind of got it broken down. I think I'm going to break it down a little bit further, but I've kind of got the 30-day raw vegan food challenge, got it broken down into 3 parts. And you could use any you want to. You don't even have to be trying to go raw, fully raw. Maybe you're just trying to move to being a high carb vegan, and this will get more good raw fruits and vegetables, whole plants into your body. So the first, depending on where you are, and I think everybody could do this no matter how bad your standard American diet is. The first level would just be simply eating fruit till noon. Whether you eat it in whole form, whether you have, mix it, there could be eating fruit smoothies, and juice. But any combination of those to keep you happy or to keep you going, but just basically fruit until noon. Now, that goes back to, like I say, something that kind of, planted a seed for the way I'm living now many years ago. I've mentioned that book before, and it was Fit for Life by Harvey and Marilyn Diamond. And that's one of the concepts that just always stuck in my head. Now, I didn't follow that, but I did apply that principle many times when I was trying to get healthy again. And I would always start off with, okay, fruit until noon. Now, no matter where, like I said, no matter where you're coming from, no matter what you've been eating on a standard American diet, you should be able to do this. Just make sure and eat plenty of fruit to get you through the morning. You don't want to be hungry. You don't want to get to 10 o'clock and just be all, panicky, and then you freak out and go to the machine down in your office, or, you eat something really bad. So eat plenty of fruit, but just fruit until noon, and that is all you're doing on this aspect. Now, if you want to lay some groundwork, you could, technically, I'm not saying eat fruit till noon and then go to Church's Fried Chicken, for lunch, and at 12:01 eat a 6-piece. No, that'd be kind of counterproductive. But the only thing you're going to truly focus on in the first in this 30 days is eating fruit until noon. Now, what I would suggest, and I'm going to develop this more and more, it's going to be a little bit more of a program, and it'll have some suggestions and some options. But I would suggest, trying to be as clean through the rest of the day as possible. Don't put a whole lot of pressure on yourself for anything else after noon, because that's your challenge. That's this 30-day challenge. But start working on, if you're not vegan yet, start working on eliminating those animal products over the course of 4 weeks, 30 days. Well, it's 4 weeks and change. Eliminate that. Focus, and also too, in this 30 days, focus as much on what you're adding in as on what you're leaving out. Yeah, start eliminating that meat, start eliminating that dairy, start eliminating those eggs, but also kind of crowd it out. Just eat, eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. Okay, if you go till noon on just fruit, I'm not saying, you got to try to be raw all day yet. In fact, I would say don't focus on that. But have a big salad with lunch. Have something, have some, a salad is perfect. No matter, even if you're eating, potato or whatever else you're eating for lunch, have a salad. Just keep throughout the day during this 30-day period, just getting as much fresh fruit till noon and then as much fresh fruits and vegetables in your body through the rest of the day. That would be the first 30-day challenge. The second 30-day challenge or 30-day food challenge would be, it's already kind of being done, but I don't want, it would be eating raw until dinner. I don't want to say it raw till 4 because I don't want to step on toes there, because apparently I'm not that familiar with raw till 4. So apparently there's more to raw till 4 than just waiting until 4 in the afternoon. So I don't know all about that. So all I'm saying for the second 30-day food challenge would be to eat raw until dinner. That I think after you did that, no matter, and I'm kind of assuming for the person, even that person that's coming from a dreadful diet, if they really made a plan for themselves. And as I'm talking about that, I keep telling you to make a plan, but that's what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to set down within these parameters. I'm just kind of giving you the big outline now. I'm going to break it down and make more of a plan in there. It's not going to be step by step, because that's just not my process. Like, okay, do this at 8:01, do this at 8:15, eat this many of this. No, you gotta take a little responsibility for yourself and think a little bit. But I am going to set some suggestions on doing that. But the second 30-day raw vegan food challenge would just be simply, like I say, to eat raw until dinner. Start with your fruit. It's going to be important. And like I say, I'm assuming you're coming, I'm going to assume the bottom. I'm going to assume you're coming the whole way from standard American diet. Let's say you did do that. Let's say you went through your first 30 days. You did your 30-day food challenge and you ate nothing but fruit up until noon. If you were also eliminating things and you were adding more fruits and vegetables, from noon until dinner, I don't think it would be that hard to go from that 30 days. And you could wait. You can do these anyway. They don't have to be and this is kind of disjointed. Because it's not all put together yet. You could either do any one of the challenges you wanted at any time. You could start with the first challenge, move from the first to the second to the third, or just, you could do the first challenge and take a little time, moving a little bit forward until you got to the second one. I'm going to have a bunch of different options on that, but for the second one, yes, you would just simply eat raw until dinner. And then at dinner, especially on this one, I would say, just shooting from the hip before I've even developed anything yet, I would say at least during that one where you're eating raw until dinner, I would highly encourage you to eat cooked at dinner, especially the first 2 or 3 weeks. If you want to start after 2 or 3 weeks are over, if you want to go ahead and start kind of practicing, but I wouldn't say take on too much too soon. You might have some fully raw days. Maybe you want to have one day out of the week that's fully raw. But as for the first one, you're focusing on one thing on this challenge, and that's eating a raw vegan diet until dinner. Then when you get to dinner, by the time you're doing this, you've cleaned up a good bit, so you should be able to keep it fairly clean at dinner, but eat whatever. Throw some, have some sweet potatoes in there. Try to start going ahead and eliminating the oils maybe, some sweet potatoes, a big salad for dinner. Be sure and get your fats in there. Sometimes people, and that's why they flip the other way, sometimes people they hear all this low fat, no fat, fat, and they try to go too low too soon, and that's a recipe for disaster. So in this phase, you want to have a reasonable amount of nice healthy fat. You know, even during the day during this phase, you can be adding chia seeds. You can be adding some hemp seeds to your smoothies. So just a few suggestions there. And then the third, the final, I guess, would be a 30-day raw vegan food challenge. Would be going 30 days of raw. And I would say that's a good one. I'm hoping this will develop, and some people might use this that aren't necessarily shooting for going fully raw, because while you guys know, if you've watched more than even 2 or 3 videos of mine, I don't preach this fully raw. I'm not like raw is law. I'm not like focused on the raw as much as I'm focused on a clean plant-based diet. But there is a lot of advantage. I would say anybody that's doing any of the high carb versions, it wouldn't hurt for a reset once in a while to say do 30 days fully raw, you know, just kind of lighten up on your body or whatever. But that would be the final one right there, is like going for 30 days fully raw vegan. Now, what you hear from other people is that might not be slow, and that might not, that might be being harsh, but that's 3 months right there. You know what, if somebody put themselves in my hand and they were physically with me all the time, and they had no health issues, because you know, guys know I don't know that much about the health issues. I'm coming from a healthy place, but just a reasonably healthy person, I think if they were here in front of me and hanging with me, I could take them from SAD to fully raw in 3 months. It would just be a systematic progression. That's what people don't get most of the time, is you have to, there's a process there. And sometimes, I don't know, maybe I don't verbalize that process as well as some people could. But anyhow, that's how it's sketched out right now. I'm actually going to do a little bit, I'm pretty excited on this one, and we'll see where it goes. I'm going to do a little work on it today, and hopefully this will evolve into an ebook. Like I say, I've just been kind of like, I see so many ebooks out there, and I'm not going to do an ebook just for the hell of doing an ebook if I don't have something interesting to say, because there's a lot of ebooks out there that I'm like, really? Did you even, I mean, that's just kind of a waste of time right there. It's not saying anything. It's like a pamphlet or whatever. So when I do start coming out with some ebooks, I want them to have some value. Oh, and the one thing that will probably come that will come way before any sort of a ebook will come, is I've been saying forever and ever, and then I dabble with that idea and it never happens. I'm about 93% sure right now that I'm going to create a Facebook group for this concept as well. Now, it's going to be a very private group. When I get it done, I'll tell, and you guys can write to me now. I always have I'm pretty sure I have my email address below, rawtropicalliving@gmail.com. And you can write me and tell me you're interested in getting in, because I'm not exactly sure how that one's going to manifest itself, like how people are going to join or how it's going to come to that, because I'm not a referee. I'm not going to put up with the BS that a lot of people do in groups. I'm not into having the back and forth. Like, I will drop people like that, and then you can go talk shit about me, like, oh, well, I got kicked out of this group for blah, 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 which that's some weak stuff. Don't go doing that stuff on social media. But yeah, I'm not going to be a referee. I'm not into stopping fights. I'm not into supervising children, in other words. So it will be an adult place where you can have rational conversations, where you can find people that are maybe doing the first leg of the 30-day challenge, and you can share stuff on there. You can share food journals. But anyhow, if you're interested in that, go ahead and write me an email, and I'll keep you in my inbox. And when I've got this going on Facebook, I'll let you know. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If y'all like it, give me a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button below. Please, please, please. Maybe share this video, because I'd like to, start getting some more people on this approach to getting to where they want to be, and not just doing it willy-nilly out there. And also, I don't do approaches like other people, so some people might relate to my less organized approaches. But anyhow, I love you guys.